cash.
Finding a place and locking them in. WNBA is about to begin. Gotta trust the process if you wanna win, cause Just Cash is back. You better tell your friends when Angel Reese walks in a bar with Asia Wilson and Caitlin Clark. These bookies don't know where to start. We be killing them all, tearing them apart. They can't mess with us, they can't mess with you. And I'm never gonna cuss cause I love you too. Hit thumbs up if you want good luck. Girls thinking that we fresh so they wanna We be winning the bets and they be rolling up. By far we the best, you ain't good enough. Ain't a damn thing funny, man, you know what's up. You wanna win some money, it's time to lock in, bruh.
Lock in, lock in, lock in.
Lock in, bruh.
Lock in, lock in.
It's a great foul. It's a hard
Lock in, bruh.
And here we got another.
Lock in.
Just cash.
Yo, what's good, fam? Hello. Apologies, took a second to get things popping, but here we are. Welcome back, everybody. Coming off of a fresh sweep. Oh, my goodness. What's going on? It's Just Cash, baby. 6-0 Monday night cleanup. And that felt amazing. Joined as always, our co-host, underrated, Big MC. What's good, man? How are you? How you feeling about that?
Really good. And the crowd won't stop cheering.
Let's go.
They must have been winning. There must be collective money. Nothing else matters around these parts. It's that winning and winning more. And bookies on the floor, baby!
That's right. Oh, man, that felt amazing. You know, and we even still had a lot of stuff that didn't end up making the list. And I think the live chat here in the YouTube and also in the Discord, just phenomenal. So much green last night. I think really the only sweat we truly had was, Heidemann. And Fudd made us sweat it out there in overtime. But outside of that, everything was pretty straightforward. And, man, it was a good night, honestly. Love to see it too, because that was after one of our biggest days here streaming, getting a ton of people in here, new faces alike. So hopefully you guys made some money with us. If you did, make sure to hit that like button down below. Appreciate the support and love for the channel. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button, turn the notifications on, and be a part of the action behind the scenes. I know we are coming up on All-Star break, but still there will be plenty of other things to do. We got MPB, we got soccer, we got even some baseball avid fans out there cooking it up in the Discord. So be a part of it. We got week-long free trials for anyone new, and then week-long passes, month-long, and our updated price for the season-long passes. So check it out. Hit us up if you got any questions, comments about that. And as per usual, I think today we're going to keep things a little bit more lighthearted. We got 2 early games tomorrow for whatever reason, 3 p.m. Eastern, and then a regular day, the other 4 remaining games. So I think you and I were talking what we're going to do today, keep it a little bit more short and sweet for the mainstream here, and then we're going to come back for a nighttime stream. Since we were on a little bit of injury news that just came in, or some of it is coming in right as we hopped on here, we still need a little bit more time to cook. So let's talk about the first 2 games today. We'll kind of answer all the questions and stuff per usual. And then tonight we'll be back at, midnight Eastern, usual time?
Only if people want us to do it, E. We'll ask them.
Yeah.
Because if you guys are going to be around, we'll definitely... E is so gracious to stay awake late tonight to find some early value for tomorrow. But yeah, if you heard him correctly, there's 2 games tomorrow early. So tonight's stream would probably help to find the value for those. So we'll have more props to look at in the daytime today. So if you guys want us to do a stream later tonight, please hit the like button. And also just let us know in the chat if you want us to do that stream, because those are pretty fun. But we're only going to do them if you guys really want us to, So I think that will help us all if we could. So again, let us know. And E is so graciously will stay awake until 2 a.m. doing a stream. So I think we're good to go, man. coming off a sweep. I mean, I don't know how much better you're supposed to feel. But I will say one thing. We must keep in mind, when you come off a sweep, don't throw money away because you have extra money in your accounts. Play it safe. Keep it tight. Don't give any money back to these slimy bookies. And, let's do the right thing. Do all our research just like before. Don't get lazy. And let's get it.
Yeah, exactly. So, hey, if y'all want some stream action later on tonight, make sure to hype it up in the chats. Let us know. Feel like obviously we're going to find some stuff, but again, we were waiting on a little bit injury news, so glad to see that is at least trickling in now that we're getting ready to go on. Oh, perfect. We're getting even more news here. So we'll recap all that. We'll kind of talk about some things that may or may not happen as far as, who they could rest. I know that's been a big topic of discussion as far as teams may or may not rest players for the break. And I think you'd actually be surprised a lot of times that, these coaches just leave them out there because they're getting ready to not be playing basketball for a while. So it's not like, they don't really have to worry about fatigue and all that stuff happening. Plus the day off for everybody in between, it should offset a little bit of that. But some possible blowouts and stuff that we'll talk about here, a couple rematch games, and then a few interesting players that we're looking for, like Paige, and then Grinder and Sinai Rivers popping up with Q tags here. But let's hop into it, talk about these first two games, and then talk about at least the two plays that we have thus far. If you want to hit us with a little mini-me action here too.
Mini-me coming up.
Oh, we already shout out everybody in the chats? We get caught up on that here real quick.
Oh, no. You want me to say hello? I like saying hello. Mike Burke, 4151. He says, I don't get to listen live, but I love waking up and having a video. So he's down for the late stream tonight. So that's what's up. I was thinking that too. It helps out everybody who can't actually watch it live, and then they can wake up and catch up. So that's what's up. Starfall's here. What's up, bro? King Kel's here. She said, hit big on the Minnesota game. Yee! Yeah. Vic Damone's here. He said, hell freaking yeah, we're ready for the live stream. Geneva says the same. Late night stream. All aboard. Starfall says, let's go. Another late night stream coming. Starfall, I know he's up late. I hit Starfall up during MPB action right before that. He's still over there. Yeah, over there. I think I want to say he's in Atlanta or somewhere in Georgia. I don't remember exactly, but somewhere over there where it's way later than me. He's up at like 3, 4 in the morning. Late night stream's nothing to him. That's like middle of the day. Make my days here. What's up, bro? And my homie JT Paul is here. My bad, y'all. I didn't get shit, but that's my fault. Still with y'all. Let's go. It's okay, man. There's many plays to be had. Bookies aren't going anywhere. They're ready. They're just standing around waiting to get slapped up. Logan says, Ian underrated. What's up, big Logan? What up, though? Geneva says, gonna put Onywera for 2.5 more rebounds. We'll get to that. Ben Negro Jones says, kick off your shoes and relax your feet. Party on down to the underrated beat. Just cashin'. That's what he said. Hey, Ben Negro Jones coming with some tunes. Logan says, let's get this value. Geneva's all up in the chats. Appreciate you guys. And that we are caught up. Let's go.
Sweet,
oh, wait,
sweet.
One more. Sorry, C-Dot jumped in. My bad. C-Dot's here. Hit the like button. Smash the hype button. Hey, I learned about the hype button, C-Dot. We're going to have to change this up a little bit. So, the hype button is only available after the stream. So you can't hype it up during the live stream. After the stream, you can go in and rewatch it, or you can just go in and just hit the hype button for us. That would help us tremendously because that hype button does help. So now we know. So hey, it'll be perfect for a live stream tonight. And when you wake up tomorrow, you can hit the hype button when you're watching it on delay or replay or whatever you want to call it. Rhythm Rage is here. He said, smash the like button's broken. Someone hit the like button. Is it fixed? They're hitting the like button so hardy. It's breaking it. Moneybag says my WNBA parlays hit halfway. Then they stop playing good. Yeah, that's WNBA for you, man. And King Cal says he's down for the late night stream. And we're done, Eve. Let's go.
Sweet. We appreciate it, y'all, as always. And yeah, let's hop into it. Let's talk about at least from this first game. We got Clea Copper under 2.5 assists. And I think there is a couple of different plays kind of give you, I think, a couple of options to consider here for her. Let's look at the assists first, though. And I know field favorite today going to be this 4.5 2-pointers made, which we'll circle back to here in just a second. But yeah, 2.5 assists, man. I love this. I know she got us with it last time, but makes sense to go right back to it. She's not a playmaker. I mean, this was very fortunate her to kick it out and then hit a couple early threes. And for her to not only clear it, but clear it in the first quarter too, just an outlier game. Got to put that out of the memory, goldfish that, forget about it. This is way too good of a scoring matchup for her. Even in the most recent game, with 111 points scored, she still only ended up with 1 assist. It's a great matchup for playmaking and all that stuff alike. But one huge thing with her also having Mac back is they just run the offense even more so through AT. McConney, who has been a secondary playmaker, she's going to do a lot of her, usual stuff. We've seen that in the last couple games take a step forward. She just doesn't pass the ball. Very Kelsey Mitchell remnants. They are a score first. Decisions and playmaking way second, third options. I love this. We're going to play this every single time that it's available, and it's back for one more again after she got over. So, hey, you got to show me, Copper. I love it. This is a good find from you.
One more again. I was just looking right there. I always just look right there on good old props builder rebet style stuff, and they want to leave us these silly plays. We'll take Copper under assist. We'll take Hamby under assist. We'll take like you said, Kelsey Mitchell under assist. There's a few others. We'll keep taking them. So
there is,
like Absolutely. You said, she did get us last time, and that's okay. We'll make them pay. I think we're 5-1 with her assist plays this year, so let's make it 6-1 tomorrow.
Yeah, man, I'm not even tripping about it because that was quite fortunate to say the least. And another thing for her too is her splits are pretty different. So I mean, even just okay, let's look at the 1.5 line here for general playmaking. So you can see the home away splits are very different, even just from that standpoint. So even with the 2.5 line hit rating, very, very different from what we're expecting on the road here. So I love this. Honestly, I think this is not even one that the stars need to align in any kind of way. Just her go out and have a normal night, get her 1, maybe a 2 assist at best, and go out and do what she does best and score.
Yeah, don't be trying to pass, old cop. Just do what you do.
No, not at all. So the cool thing too, though, is, I talked about Alyssa Thomas here for a moment, and having Mac back into the mix is a big thing for them, mostly just from playmaking and, scoring outlets. Now it's not just going to be AT and Copper and, insert whoever for the night, but Mac was a big part of this offense as a whole, and it's good to see her back for one thing, but also playing meaningful minutes. She played 20 minutes right off the rip. So that's something. I mean, she's not in any kind of really limited capacity. Coach is really trying to get her back. So it would not shock me in the slightest to see her play somewhere even closer to 24 to 26 minutes even for this game. I know they're going to have a ton of time off in between for the break, but still keep an eye out for her. She could be a low buy. Some of her props very, very low. If she's moving into as a starter role again, that could be one thing, or very telling that her minutes are going to go up. But if she's back on the bench, I think we kind of got away with one this last game. It was a great matchup and everything. Maybe let this one go if she's still coming off the bench, because I would not be surprised to see her still get some volume.
Yep.
But with her being back, though, as I mentioned, Alyssa Thomas playmaking, this is something that's really suffered with her being out. And I think, or fingers crossed, that moving forward with Mac being back into the mix, this is something they can kind of get back to. Now, mostly I was looking at AT, her 7.5 assists. This is the, I think the ideal line to always play her at. But with Mac being back, that is something that becomes more and more appealing, because the team was already starting to play better in general for about the last month now. But with Mac being out, this kind of took a hit over that course of the 7 games. Some tougher matchups, sure, but also just in general, having her as a scoring outlet, again, I think is huge. So borderline official play. I don't know how you felt about this one. I mean, it's a great matchup for assists and all things considered. She did pretty well the most recent time they played. Fell a little bit flat the first, but still 12 assists, not bad.
Yeah, I mean, it's a good spot, as we know. I like that little thing you showed with Mac when Mac's in the game. The only thing I would the only thing that I should say came to mind when you were doing that was, will Mac be starting, and will she be in enough for that to take effect? I assume she will be, but do we think she's going to play 25 at least?
Maybe not. I mean, maybe not 25 minutes, but I would say she probably takes a nice step forward with the minutes. It's at least 22 to 24 minutes if I had to guess, or if I had to put money down on. But if she does start, I mean, that has to be very telling that coach is going to ramp the minutes up in some regard. And if that happens, obviously somebody else is going to the bench, so that's something we can circle back to. But even the last game, though, I mean, look at AT's potentials. This is one of the highest potentials we've seen out of her in a very difficult matchup. That is not a good matchup for her at all. And still, I think, Mac being back into the mix, that's another body. We saw Bonner pop off last game, so for once, actually having that extra person as a starter scoring was a huge thing. And it might be minuscule, but still, it does move things in a positive direction.
No, I think it's a big deal. I'm looking at the on-off court now with Mac on the court, Thomas. And now I realize what these numbers are here. What it says, Thomas is plus 0.8 assists higher, and the number is per 36 minutes. So she gets basically one more assist per 36 minutes, which is about her time on the court anyway. So it's almost a full assist with Mac on the court extra. So there you go.
Yeah. So that kind of stood out for me, and it is on the road, but the only concern that I had, for one, is both of these teams, we've seen the terrible offensive struggles. Defense has been pretty bad on both sides of it, so there is always a chance one side could blow out the other side and it just not be a game. However, both of these teams are bad enough that this game could drag out and be a full 4 quarters, no problem. And AT's been playing some insane minutes. I mean, 34, 36 minutes almost every single night. So she's going to be out there. Good matchup. Mega pace up. I mean, I can only imagine what the pace in total for this game is.
So when you took Mac off the court, or Mac not being in the game, I should say, or not playing, she's hit that 7.5 every single game, regardless of matchup. Well, the past.
Well, with Mac off the court, it was a little bit different, but with Mac playing, the only ones that she's really missed was, let's see, we had a blowout. All right, so 1 blowout, but Chicago, bad matchup. Sparks, the first time she missed, I'm not sure. I have to go back and look at that. So missed the first time. Atlanta, bad matchup. Minnesota, bad matchup, lost by 34. And then Seattle, were they missing somebody? Just couldn't convert. Had 16 potentials, 14 potentials.
But basically, the last month when Mac's in the game and plays, she's got easily 8. She's got 9 or more.
Yeah.
And then you can even go even further and add like a good matchup to that, and I bet it's crazy. Okay. Yeah, man. I mean, that makes perfect sense. Do we care if Mac starts or not? Or is it not that big of a deal?
No, I don't think that really makes that much of a difference. Just as long as the Phoenix and or both sides can keep it reasonably close. I do like the potential for her, man. I like this quite a bit. And it's a great correlation play with our copper under.
And it's a great correlation play with the next play that you have on the list too, I think. Because I like that one as well. The copper is only available on sites like Props Builder and Rebet. If you're on Rebet, you can do it. Props Builder, when you do alt overs, the odds kind of suck. So depending on where you can find it, I don't think Copper's 2.5 is anywhere else, is it? It's not like on Bovada or anything. So you could put the Alyssa Thomas alt rebound or assists with the next play that you have, the alt rebounds. That would be dope, I think. Or you can just play them separate. Either way, both good plays though.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's see, just out of curiosity, what the hell's the WNBA tab?
They said no more WNBA. People winning too much. We're not giving you that anymore.
Wait, is that for real?
Bro, I'll tell you this. The way these sites are, and it's such a shitty feeling when this happens, and it's very possible because you've been you found it?
Well, there should be a tab up here. I don't understand where. Oh, okay. I think it wasn't loaded up all the way. Like, there's no way they just don't have the tab at all.
I was about to say, because they do stuff like that when they want to stop you or limit you. The tab will just be gone. Stuff like that. And I know you've been doing really good on this site, so I wouldn't doubt it.
Maybe a little bit.
But hopefully
I'm
it sticks
doing
around.
just as good as you guys. Oh, here we go.
Yeah.
How's this one feel?
Yeah.
Plus 143?
That's what I'm saying. That one looks really good. You know me, I'd just put 100 on both of them instead of parlaying them. But yeah, if people like parlaying more and they like seeing more money when they need two things to happen, I like playing it safe as possible. One at a time for me, bet a little more. That's just my style. But yeah, it makes sense. I was going to say, what's the payout on these other sites? So you remember it's...
still 2.1 here on Prizepicks. You get
2.43
on the books.
Which is 2.43, so that's a lot. That's a huge difference. I know it doesn't sound like a big difference if you're putting $20 or $50 on it, but do that 1,000 times and add that up, boy. It's a lot. What you doing? Trying to see if you have echo again?
Yeah, well, I forgot I had the TV on behind me, and I have no idea what's playing. It's on HBO, so I don't have anything bad playing that I have no idea.
We can't hear it anyways. But yeah,
all right, let's
such a difference on books.
Up here, though, man.
Yeah, I like it a lot. For sure. Both of those are great. Here, I'll put it up there.
Yeah.
You can talk about Big M. And then
Appreciate it.
Get the mini me up too. Now that we have something to show.
Yeah, we'll go to, and we'll post it up here in the Discord for everyone too. Obviously, we're a little bit lighter on the plays right now, y'all, and most of that was really just with the news. We were waiting on. Connecticut had like 3 different players pop up, so we need to make sure about that. But also not really trying to rush anything today. You know, the value is going to be there. We'll make sure and have everything out in appropriate timing, but not trying to rush anything today, y'all. I promise. Slow and steady. Running. It's not a sprint. Running a marathon here. Don't forget to treat yourself. I know it is an off day. Withdraw. Go buy you some dinner. Go buy a lunch. Go buy that video game you've been putting off. Treat yourself. It's a long season still ahead. We got second half to go. Emily. Let's talk about her, though. 5+ rebounds. And this one, I do like in a general sense for that line. I know the payout's kind of on the borderline, but this is going to be way worse tomorrow. I promise you, she's a very popular play, going to be a very popular play. I love her for a variety of reasons. One, this is the exact same reason why we picked on with Breanna Stewart this last game. Dallas, they're just giving up a ton of rebounds in general, with or without Paige. And for her, couple of positives is, for one, the minutes. She's been playing a lot more sustainable minutes this last couple weeks now. Last game saw 28.7. The 20-point blowout, no surprise, only played 21 minutes, but another competitive game, 29 minutes. So anything that's, barring foul trouble, she's been out there a lot more recently. And for her, one big positive is I'm going to assume that Meg is going to be back for this game after her getting married. They had this entire week off, so if they wanted to do something else beyond that, they'll have time for it. But I'm going to go under the assumption that Meg probably plays. And in the games with Meg playing, you can see this hit rating, over the last month has looked really, really solid for her. But minutes, great spots. All that aside, her playing at power forward position, she's getting to roam around a lot more, so more comfortable to snag the long ball and space the floor, like with these Dallas wing players. So I love this. Honestly, I wouldn't be shocked to see this line move a little bit more towards the 5.5 over. It looks like the books, again, somewhat divided about it. Got some plus money, some right here at minus 105, 110. For you Prizepicks players out there, I do also like the 5 flat. I think this one totally acceptable. You are kind of playing for the push, but she's been good for it. So I think still same thing, same rules apply. I like her though, man. She's been impressive. She's only let us down like one time all season, and for the overs and for the unders for that matter.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting that it's that low, to be honest. It might change, like you said. I think this is one of the plays we got to get in today. This
Yes,
should move. I mean, you look at the last however many games. People are going to look at those last 5 like they love to do without knowing anything else, just looking at the green bars and probably going to push over. But when you really dive into it, it's a little better play than the normal play that has 4 out of 5 green bars. So alt it down, feels even better, decent payout, and that payout will get worse. So I think we got to lock that in quick and fast. Do like it.
Yeah, man. I like it quite a bit. Also, an alternative play that is kind of hanging about. So the 7.5 RA, I'm not too mad at this. Her playmaking, I don't know where this is coming from lately, but I do like it. She's been good for about 2 assists in the majority of the games. Paying the 2.5 for it is kind of annoying, but it is baked into just at 2 flat for the 5.5 rebound price. So that one at least is available on a majority of sites too. Underdog, Prizepicks, yada yada. But don't be shocked if her lines move tomorrow. I'm telling you.
I'm getting it right now. I'm playing this MPB under first 5 alt with good old Emily. 5+ minus 200. Under first 5 minus 225 plus 117. Thank you. Yeah. Sounds like free money. And there's no such thing as that.
Right. On the book sites too, you're getting a little bit more bang for your buck. So something like, for example, Alyssa Thomas here, you can parlay that up with it. Or if you have Bovada or rebets, you could take the Emily play and pair that up with the Copper under. Either one of those. I mean, this one, again, you can't just straight bet it. Or you could even consider, say, taking, for example, full units on the over 4.5 and then ladder it up for like a 0.25 or a 0.5 unit over the 5.5 while it's still plus money.
John has found it on whichever site this is. I'm not sure if this is 365, but Emily is minus 180 for 5+. That's pretty nice. You have minus 185 on Onyx. Pretty nice. Bovada is minus 200. I'm in Cali, so I do what I do. The sadness.
And it's a pretty good payout with Prizepicks as well. So this is something you could easily throw in with a taco. I believe there's 2 baseball tacos, and I'm just going to assume the last one is going to be a WNBA one for tomorrow. But placeholder, obviously not miles here, but just to show you for the odds example, you could throw this in with a taco or even play it super safe. You could throw the 3.5 line in there and take the 2.1x, either or.
I think you're onto something here. The cool thing is there's 6 games, so they're going to leave things like this probably at the wrong payout for a while until people dive in. And I don't think a lot of people have bet on this yet. So we're getting nice value here. And I think tonight, too, we'll get some good value because there's so many games to go through.
Yeah. And we'll go through the rest of the games again. So just kind of bear with us for some of the other questions that we'll have. I'm sure that'll circle back to. Let's talk about Copper because, again, I'm sure some of these are going to be fairly popular. Her 4.5 2-point field goals made. I saw this was a really big popular one for good reason. I believe both of the games so far this season, she absolutely snapped off in this. It's a great spot for her, scoring from the floor, free throws, 3 points, like all that. Any of those options are going to be a full go for her. Mostly just 1, again, can the game stay close? And then 2, if that's the case, I mean, we've seen in the first 2 games, I believe this was an overtime matchup, but still over 200 points scored. And then this one, 97 to 88. That's pretty high. So these teams are not playing defense at all. And if that's going to be the case, Copper is going to be a front runner for that. So I do like this one. I think her points are fine. I'd probably just play the 20+ flat. 21 and 20.5 is a little bit on up there. But if you get the 20+, that one's totally fine. And then another one was her first half. Where's the points at? First half points, she came up a little bit shy in the last 2 games, but she's still playing some crazy amount of minutes. That was something that really stood out for me, averaging about 16.7 of the 20 minutes. That's impressive. I don't necessarily want to take the PRA because you're not really getting any assist upside whatsoever. The rebound upside is nice, but you are paying a tax for the point or for the assist. But yeah, I mean, Copper's fine. Her lines are just, continue to be really inflated. I'm not the biggest fan of her on the road, however. This was kind of a reason why I didn't want to really put my anchor as far as her being an official play. She's not been that great on the road. Not saying she's struggling, because this is still pretty impressive, averaging about 18 points per game. Just for what her lines are to what we're seeing for her on the road, I don't know about all that.
All right, there you have it. Big Cop. Big Copper. Okay.
But hey, I mean, she's been on a whole other level, so it's definitely possible. It is definitely possible.
She really has. She really has. Now, does Mac being in change anything with her?
It hurts her scoring rating just a little bit, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, Mac has actually been better than I thought she was going to be, really adding to the team.
She's nice. She is real nice. Let's see. Now, Makani, I know she was a fairly popular play today. I get it. The PRA is fairly low. Even just a straight up points, too, for that matter. Not too mad at. I don't know, again, with Mac being back into the mix, how that's going to affect her field goal rating. She was playing really well with Mac throughout the season, so I do like what I saw, at least initially, to start. But last game, 11 field goal attempts, that's not bad. She went 0 of 6 the one before that. A bit of a stinker. But somewhere in the range of the double-digit field goal attempts, that's been kind of nice. One at least to keep in the back pocket. Would not shock me to see her have another good performance. It's a good matchup. Played okay the first time. Would have loved to see a little bit more minutes from her. But nonetheless, still, I think this is one to consider.
Okay. Big Ruiz says, is there a late night stream?
There will be. There will be, good sir.
Okay, so... yeah, man, we're 40 minutes in. We got a bunch of questions if you want to go through them so we can get off here a little early and we can get to the late stream. Late stream study-ins, getting ready for that one.
Yeah, I'm totally down for it because, we just saw this other matchup, Minnesota-Seattle. Same situation, everything, pretty much in play here. Falage, I would consider the Heidemann under, but just be warned, these turnaround rematch games are always very funky. Copper's still in a good spot. Seawill, same thing. But their lines are quite juiced up now after last night.
Yes, sir, Bob. 6 games tomorrow. Man, I'm glad we have a live stream or a late stream tonight because I'm not ready for all this at this moment. But we have all day to prepare for the live stream, and I cannot wait. We're going to come with some fresh plays. I already know. We're going to have a nice list tonight. So if you guys aren't subscribed, make sure you subscribe so you get the notifications tonight because you'll probably forget, like most people do, and then you'll get notified, hopefully, and jump on the stream tonight. And if not, you will at least be notified in the morning, and you can rewatch it before the games because we have 2 early games tomorrow. Not super early, but 3 p.m. Eastern. So we're going to get a live stream in tonight to make sure we cover those games as well. We want to make sure we can get as much money out of these slimy bookies as possible. So let's get these 6 games down. It'll be kind of good. We could split it up tonight as well. So now, do we want to go through some of these questions here? Or do you got some other things that you want to talk about first?
Yeah, let's just go through the questions. I don't think there's any kind of major rush for needing to force action right now because there's going to be some random news pop up, I guarantee you. Okay, cool. Yeah, we got some great starter plays here, though. I feel confident about the Emily. Yeah. I love this AT play again. Oh yeah, for sure. Jom's here. What's up, Jom? He says late stream instead of an early stream tomorrow. Broken heart emoji. Jom, don't worry. That means you can wake up early and you can watch the stream. Because I know you're in Canada. You're 3 hours. I guess you're the same time as E, so you can still stay up. Quit being a wuss. E will be up. Shoot. We'll see you there, Jom. Yay! I'm more of the kind of person that I can stay up later always, but I cannot wake up earlier. Well, yeah, that sucks. I hate sometimes when I stay up too late and then I can't sleep long enough to make the next day half decent. I used to be able to, but these days, man,
I'll wake up normal time and then get light, shitty sleep and tell myself I need to stay in bed to feel decent that day and won't be able to still. F all that. I hate that. I want to be refreshed and ready. So anyways, I digress. John says, or just join the Discord and you'll see the plays instantly when they drop.
This is true.
Two legits here.
Very true.
Two legits here, E. Big Bezos, Big Sophie. He's in the house.
A rare appearance.
Wow.
Great-
What did we do?
Great. I know. His presence. Oh my goodness. Haven't seen
Wow.
him here in forever, but
I
appreciate it, big dog.
Yeah, I feel special. Oh, boy. Okay. Well, let's go to the top of the list. Everybody who jumped in first and got their comments in here. Big Logan is here. The man, what up, doe? He's the initial what up, doe? What up, doe? What up, doer? What up, doe, bro? Geneva says, I hope you guys hit the like button. Oh, I forgot to remind people. We're at 100 watching on a day with no WNBA. That's pretty awesome, guys, that you're here to try to catch the value. Let's smack this like button, get it up to 69. We're at 58. We need 11. You know the routine. I'm sure you guys have other bets as well, not just WNBA. So if you get this like button in and be one of the ones to get us to 69, you will have good luck. Hey, and I didn't make the rules. It's just how it is, guys. So make sure you hit the like button. Logan says, smash that MF like button from Jump. Let's go. We will win tomorrow. The sun will come out. Geneva says, Clark listed probable for game Wednesday. Yes, big Caitlin will play. This stupid coach probably still won't play her all her minutes, so I can't go over, but I wish I could. Logan says, let's get the early value. Let's go, bro. Now, the first question on the board. Geneva says, definitely going to put Onyeawere for 2.5 rebounds tomorrow. E, what say you?
Over rebounds.
I'm high, bro.
No. I thought. I swear I thought I saw these Hamby's 2.5 assists just up on the screen. Sorry, I'm tripping.
You are tripping, E. That's okay. We've been doing this day in and day out for a long time now. It's time for our break. We'll get one more in tonight and then one more tomorrow. We'll be good for 3 or 4 days off. Oh, that'll be nice.
All right, so rebound action, not too bad. I mean, this is going to be a pretty healthy pace in total up for them squaring up against Vegas. I do like her being at home. She's been a lot more consistent, at least with the minutes and stuff. She's not bad. I mean, she's not a guard. She's their small forward, so at least, we're not picking on necessarily a guard per se, but it's a low line as long as she just goes out and plays her, over preferably 25 minutes. She's been hitting that at quite a high rate. Let's see, that was, let's say just 20 minutes. What does that look like? Yeah, so just give us 20 minutes. That kind of seems to be the median bar, and she's looked really good. I don't mind that.
Okie doke. There you go. JT Paul, what's up? Make my day. What's up? The Great 13, what's up? Starfall says, let's go. Vic says he wants a late night stream. People talking about winnings. And the next place, Big Starfall says, I like Sabrina under 9 RA. And I'm liking Cloud under 9.5 RA. I wish we got her 6.5 assists under instead, though. We were talking Sabrina under assists at 5.5. I looked at that and it did look actually decent. The matchup isn't the greatest, but she hasn't really come close. They don't have potential assists up for that game, so I think it'll be even better to have the late stream. We can talk about that one a little bit more. As for Cloud, do we have a 6.5 or do we only have a 5.5? Probably only a 5.5 is what he's saying. But he likes her under RA, 9.5.
Yeah, I don't know why the rebounds are still at 3.5. That seems a lot. I mean, easily should be 2.5. That's still barely just over 50%. I guess at the beginning of the season, she was doing a little bit more here. But still, I mean, even with Skylar being out, that's not like it's taking a huge step forward. I mean, the assists are what they are, but Vandersloot's starting to play a little bit more minutes. That is something that's going to continue to eat into it. Sorry, 1 second. Yeah, the rebound downside, I do like that. I'm not sure why in the world. The matchup, it's not exactly the best. She does dump it into the paint 43% of the time. New York, even though they've been a little bit worse inside the paint defense-wise, I mean, it's still relying on Cardoso. Cardoso on the road, to one, stay out of foul trouble, and then two, having to deal with JJ on the other side. It's going to be a little bit more of a tall task. I wish we had Phoebish in this game. She's honestly been one of their best defenders by far, but I still think JJ can hold it down. This could be one of those that, Chicago just falls out a little flat in the first half, and New York handles business early enough that it's not really that much of a game. There's only two things that are keeping this game close. One, Cardoso playing out of her mind, and then the other one being Sydney Taylor, who's really just kind of carrying the team over the course of the last month now. Stevens has been serviceable. I know she finally had herself a real good game against Atlanta, but do you trust her? Had a really terrible performance the first time against New York. It's going to be a tough one. I don't think I believe in Chicago on the road here necessarily, but yeah, you can talk me into it. The Sabrina one, though, that one's even more interesting. I know, again, you and I were talking about her assists. This 5.5 assist, I'm just not sure where this is coming from. Yeah, it's not a good matchup.
That's probably going to dip to 4.5 soon.
Yeah, I don't get it. Even the potentials, I'm going to assume, even though we don't have the data yet for this last game, her only picking up 2 assists in 36 minutes of overtime, I'm guessing that was not that high.
One thing I did want to throw out there, though, going back to Cloud, was, she only had 4 assists last game. Starfall, if you're looking on there and you're still here, but her potentials in that game, 15, that's pretty scary there, I will say. So, with that being said, she could go out there and get 6 assists, even 7 assists. It could happen. So it's not as good as it looks, I think, on the surface. Just seeing those potentials. I mean, when you see 4 out of 15, that's not too often.
Yeah, I mean, this is one that I'm assuming either Prizepicks has up as a goblin or she's at 6 flats. Yeah, she's at 6 flat. I mean, with that much juice, you could either hold up, see if you can pick her up at 6.5, or if you just want to make a move now, you can get the 6 flat on Prizepicks and throw that in with something.
Well, I was just saying, he wanted her under 9.5. I like how it adds extra rebounds there, like you said. Why is it 3.5? And then they actually added 5.5, 3.5. They actually added a whole nother half. So if you can get 9.5 RA. That was his initial play.
Yeah.
The assists look scarier, but the rebounds don't, so maybe it does even out to being a pretty good play. I'm not sure. Cloud is always a stay away for me, unless something really stands out. So I don't know, man. We've seen her get 5 rebounds in the past, like it wasn't a big deal. So I always, even if she only has 2 rebounds in the past 4 games, whatever, she could get 6 tomorrow. She's just that type of player.
Yeah, and another thing, though, too, is I remember in the back of my head seeing this as a surprise, but New York actually allowing second most assists over the course of the last month now, last 11 games. They're not playing really good defense at all. And I think even their paint presence took a little bit of a hit, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, New York.
They're giving up crazy amount of assists. That's why our assists are a little higher than they should be, it seems. Now, the rebounding even is scary, right? Well, maybe not. Rebound's not too bad.
Yeah, that one's not too bad.
Yeah.
The assist, though, man, I would probably wait. Get that 6.5 if you can.
Yeah. I don't know if it's going to go up to that, but yeah. Anyways, Sabrina 5.5 assists. Sorry, I just wanted to pull back and talk about the potential assists there on that last game for Cloud because it's pretty crazy. Okay, Sabrina 5.5 assists. That's high as heck.
It is. Not a great matchup. I mean, it's a good points inside the paint, but she doesn't really play make like that. Like, she spreads the ball out a lot. I mean, she's been even throwing it out to the perimeter more so because people are collapsing in and trying to cut her off as from scoring. So she doesn't really have that connection. A lot of her passes too go out to JJ. So for one, she's not really cutting to the basket. She's been taking a lot of threes and middies. I kind of like this one. I'm not gonna lie. Even with or without Johannes coming back is only going to help because she's been the secondary playmaker too for the bench unit. So this is another one. Maybe the 4.5 line's just too good that bookies don't want to mess with. But even still, that's not really that impressive either.
The only scary part is, and this is why we were talking the other day about having this stat. It would be nice to see like who she got all her assists to, which isn't hard. It's probably out there, in fact, if I search the internet somehow, the good old web. But I'm only worried about her throwing it down to JJ or Stewie like that and getting a bunch of assists because of how shitty Chicago's paint defense is. That's the only thing that's kind of made me think, that's why I wanted to see her potential assists, and I wanted to see Astia's potential assists as well before we dove all the way in. Although, it's probably okay.
Well, surprisingly, Chicago has been in a positive, regression. They're going away from being one of the worst paint defenses and still kind of hanging around the middle of the pack. Now, they are giving up, I believe, a ton of rebounds still top 4 in just overall rebounding, but the scoring metrics have kind of, taken a little bit of a step back. Azare's been playing fairly well, and Cardoso, staying out of foul trouble, plays pretty well.
So when we looked at Cloud, the assists were high, the rebounds were high, the RA was even higher. When we look at Sabrina, the assists are high at 5.5, which feels like the best one. And Starfall says RA, her rebounds are 3.5, so it's pretty equal if you go RA. The only scary part is Chicago giving up those rebounds. So we probably want to stay at 5.5 assists as her best under, I would think. It feels the most safe, right? Instead of adding 4 rebounds. She can go ahead and get 5-6 rebounds, possibly, and it messes you up.
Yeah, the rebounds could be a little bit more obnoxious. That is something that she's been doing fairly well, and not exactly some of the most ideal matchups, but, comparable matchups. We do have Dallas and Toronto in here, so those are 2 close ones that we could put next to, Chicago. We are taking a little bit of risk there with that, but the assist, I think I'm liking these even more than that we're talking about. Also, another big thing too is I forgot this is a metric that cuts off a lot of the assists too. So the free throws and fouls that Chicago, they're doing a lot of that.
Yeah, I like that, Sabrina. Hopefully it doesn't bump down. If you want to go ahead and just play it now, I was thinking we could wait for the potentials to just sum it up. But we don't have to if you feel in it now, because it might move. Because it has it has a lot of juice on the under. The best place I see is Rebet, minus 160. What does 365 have? That might be...
Oh, it is moving, actually.
Yeah. We probably should get it in now and just hope those potentials don't look too crazy, but I don't think they will.
I can't imagine they will, man, if her only getting 2 in overtime.
160. All right, cool. I'm going to go ahead and play it on Bovada right now. Props Builder's a little bit better payout. Actually, I'm going to play it there. And you're going to play what, the minus 160? Is that what 365 was? Okay. And then I'll add it to the list, and I'll just put 365, and we will put whatever that payout was, minus 160. Sabrina Ionescu under 5.5 assists, 365. Props Builder, Rebet. It's pretty much everywhere. And the payout minus 160, we will put about, I believe, 0.7, 0.8.
Yeah, she's 0.79 on Underdog, so either or.
Okay, so it's actually something like that. We'll go 0.8. And Bunk New York needs to actually start being better. I don't know what the heck they're doing. All right. So let me put this in the corner for us real quick. Thank you, Starfall, for bringing up yet another play that's brought us back to what we were thinking earlier. Reminded us about that Sabrina. I know we talked about it, but the more we looked at it, the more we need to get it in sooner than later. So there we go. Another official play. I didn't make it red. I am disgusting. Let me fix that. The disgust.
Well, I also wanted to... Yeah, I wanted to sit down and kind of hash that out too, because I know we were talking about that before when we hopped on, or before when we were hopping on. But looking at it even further on stream, I think that is a play that is not going to be there tomorrow. So if we're going to do it, probably going to do it now.
Right. Okay, let's get to the next questions. We do have a lot, and we're already an hour in. E, so let's move a little faster than normal since we do have a late night stream tonight. We will be able to talk more then. So let's get it. Here we go. Mike Burke says, I don't get to listen live, but I love waking up and you can have a video. There we go. You have a video when you wake up, sir? Starfall says, what's up, bro? I said, what's up, bro, back? He says, down for late night stream, King Kel. Yes, sir. My WNBA parlays hit halfway. Then they stopped playing good. We call it Jordan Casper, man. The Jordan in first half, and they go ghost Casper you in the second. Rhythm and Rage said, hit the like button broken, smack the like button, and we are now to Lamont Long.
You're so high. We already read some of these.
See how he is, guys? He laughs at me.
Well, you calling me out on it. I'm like, no. That's not me. We already skipped through some of these. Hey,
we got to go through them. We got to give everyone their props and their flowers. Double even sometimes. Lamont Long says, what up, doe? Easy Fud smack for him. Easy Fud. Geneva says, I'm just going to stay away from Kayla McBride like I did yesterday. Glad I chose to take Olivia. Man, McBride is on fire.
Yeah, she's playing out of her mind.
Oh, my goodness. Okay, cool. Let's see what else we got. King Kel says, McBride went off last night. I felt crazy not taking her. Man, she's hard to take, but damn, she's been balling. Ayo says, Doug Oates. What's up, Ayo?
Yo, what's good, man?
E-Money. Undertaker. Underrated beats. Too Legit says Asia is his MFKN GOAT. I don't cuss anymore because we like YouTube and we don't want them to be mean to us. Too Legit says first half Jordan, second half Casper. Exactly. Van Negro Jones says, I know you guys are anti-parlay, but I hit a 6-leg plus 19-15 MLB 2 days ago. Going for 4-leg WNBA tonight. All right, man. Good luck. Good luck.
Let's go. There's technically no games tonight, but I love the spirits, and we're going to be rooting early.
Oh, yeah. You can get the play in tonight, and we can cheer for it tomorrow. Cadence Masterson said, good poop yesterday, gentlemen. Yay!
Hey, appreciate it.
T. Madden says, Sarah Ashley Parker, 20 fantasy. Oof. Sarah Ashley Parker.
She's been kind of nice. The books have been a little hesitant on moving her props up, which is a little bit surprising. This matchup, not the worst. She played fairly well the first time they squared up. I think her minutes were her normal. She's been getting it. I will give her credit. She's been really getting after it. Coming alive even more so in the second half. That's been something. Also, her live props too, been something not too shabby. The assist and playmaking, that's been fairly consistent. Good for about 3 of those. The rebounding is crazy. I mean, we haven't seen her at 5.5 in a minute, so that line is elevated up there. Points continue to be right around 10. I think this also a very good shortcut for her. The minutes and everything, try to stay around 30. That's ideal for her. But she's a fine play. She's a tryhard. That's one thing I do like about her. She's an absolute tryhard.
Okie doke. DP Hill, DP Phil, D Phil, or DP Hill, either one. What's up, bro? He says, Anxler Fantasy at 26.5 on PP is interesting for the over. She had an uptick on assists lately, and steals and blocks have always been solid for her at home. Man, DP Hill be looking deep into stuff. What do you think? Emily has been doing better lately.
Yeah, I was looking at the fantasy earlier as well. That in the first half one for that matter. I wonder. Well, for one, I wonder what her blocks and steal props, if they're going to give us that at all. What is that going to look like? She's been good. The rebounds still very fair line. Her assist at 2.5, kind of up there. I like the points. I do even honestly like the PR for that matter. 14.5 is not bad. Played pretty well against them. The fantasy's fine. She just, you're really relying on the blocks and steals for that, because that's 17.5 PRA, so 9 minus any potential turnovers. Yeah, it's not bad. Needing 2.5 stocks is kind of pushing it though.
Okay. Anthony Sneed says, Reese for MVP, most victim player. You like that? Oh my gosh. Let's not get political, but goodness me, did they really suspend what's her name, the coach? Did you see that?
No, I didn't. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised.
Bro, the Brondello coach got suspended for a game because she called Angel Reese endangered species. But here's the thing.
Yeah.
Did you hear the thing though? Is everyone looked up what that means, and everyone came to her rescue and said, "Nah, in Australia, because she's Australian." They said that's how people in sports. That's what they say to players that are being protected, like getting fouls called on them extra and all that. You know what I'm saying? That's what they call them in Australia. So people looked at what she was saying, and Angel Reese got all mad, and then they ended up suspending the coach for that. Saying something like, do the research, WNBA. That's how ridiculous they are. Anyways, like I said, we're not going to get political, but that was kind of crazy. The Quizler says, how do you feel about Emily on the PRE? Do you like that better than the fantasy?
I mean, they're about the same, a little bit higher of overall hit rating, but I do like it. I mean, it's good points inside the paint matchup. Dallas still top 4 at that. And the rebounds, we already talked about why we like that. So it does make sense. It makes sense.
Okay. Too legit to quit, says Asia Curry. Man, too legit to quit is the Asia Whisperer for sure. And he says, cash out, Jom. Jom says, how do we feel about Hamby under 2.5 assists? Jom likes living on these, sorry, it's not Jom, it's Germ Breezy. But this is something that Jom would say now that I look at it. But no. It's Germ Breezy. He says, how do we feel about Hamby under 2.5? Now, we've done 3.5 numerous times, but 2.5.
Yeah. Yeah, the 2.5 is a little bit more of a sweat, but it does make sense. I mean, the potentials for her continue to be pretty, marginal at best. This last game was one of her better times. She had 6 potentials, but I mean, it's pretty low. I don't know if personally I'd love sweating out the 2.5 assist lines necessarily, but we do have Copper up there somewhat for the same reasons. Hamby is more of kind of a secondary playmaker. She was a lot more of a playmaker last season, so this is one that I never would have touched. But this season things have been quite different, and with Wheeler, her playing, she's doing so much playmaking right now. I don't think it's not by design, and they are running the offense also a lot more through Agumike, which is someone we talked about last stream too. Also, her 2.5 assist over, I still like. But this going up alongside with Wheeler and even Ray Burrell for that matter, she had this last game with how many potentials? No, that cannot be right. Go back. Yes. Okay. So she only had 3 potentials this last game, 5, but she went 3 of 3 and then 5 of 5 from that. So there is at least some playmaking coming out of her. There's a lot of mouths to feed on this team, and she's going to lose out on some kind of usage. The only thing that I worry about is if she has a tougher time scoring, if you're going to put AT on her, she might pass the ball a little bit more so because, we had one really good and one really bad game. I like it though. I mean, it's still a higher line.
He says that's a higher line. 2.5. Yeah, nah, 2.5. I just don't do. I mean, I don't not like it, but I think I just want to wait to feel a little bit better about plays in general. Just at least for me, I pass. I definitely see it could hit though, so I'm not saying don't play it, but I like trying to just feel just a tiny bit better than that one because she can get 3 randomly, and I don't like betting on stuff like that. But anyways, decent look. Goldminer69 says Awa Pham over 6.5 rebounds, Heidemann over 4.5 assists, and Nneka over 2.5 assists.
Yeah, Agumike we just talked about. The Heidemann, that one is interesting. I would not have thought that she would get, 10 assists this last game.
Yeah.
We're still waiting to see the potential assist, but I have to imagine it is at least better than the prior game where she had 13 potentials. I couldn't even guess. I don't even want to speculate on what that actually could be. But I do like the potential, nonetheless, going up against a former team. I mean, we saw she had 9 potentials and converted with 5 the first time. So it is there. Also, they have a combo prop with her and Olivia Miles. That one I'm not too mad at either on Prizepicks. This would make sense. We did take the under on her scoring this last game, and even though she did have 12 field goal attempts, still she didn't crack off from 3, so stayed underneath that marker. Yeah, honestly, I think Heidemann is totally fine. What was the other one? Oh, Big Pham. Yeah. Pham being plus money. Interesting to see the books kind of doing this dance with her. You can still get the 5.5. It's available on a couple of different sites. Shout out to Hard Rock with the unbelievable odds at -120, but roughly about -150, 160, give or take. That one I do like, and then the RA as well. She's been playmaking a little bit more recently, so don't sleep on that. You get a nice little discount in with that one at 8.5.
Big Awa Pham, she's doing great, bro. Heidemann assists is interesting because, they got so many players now that she can pass it to, I feel like. And Seattle's kind of turning into a good team. All playing together now for a while. And 2 rookies. I think Heidemann's passing a little more. She did put up a decent amount of shots, but I do like the assists somewhat. Is this matchup feel good for it too?
I mean, maybe not necessarily the one we would ideally like to.
Yeah, but she did just go crazy. But yeah, I feel you. It's not the best. I feel you.
They are at home, so again, there is a lot of other positive things that are going for her. Mostly with her, it's just we got to see Malaga continue this positive regression. I know her lines are still quite higher than what she is performing at. But last 4 out of 5 games now, these are more reasonable scoring numbers. So as long as this continues, Heidemann, her playmaking is going to continue to rise with that too. And I think Jade is kind of getting phased out of this offense altogether. Is she even a starter? I meant to actually look that up.
Worse than
her
2.
minutes are going way down.
They're both playing a little less, right?
Yeah. Horston played pretty well for them last game, so Jade only had 19 minutes. I think Horston played some more because she was scoring a little bit more than her usual. Oh, nope. Coach said, I don't need both of y'all. Only 13 minutes. Hey, I mean, if that's what's going to happen, then slot in whoever else is on the hot hand for the night.
I can't wait to look at these games after we get off stream for the late stream. Late stream is going to be super dope, or lit, as the kids say, tonight. We're going to find some bangers tonight. I already know. Fear Nothing says, here's my question. What the hell are we going to do after tomorrow's game? Bet on MLB? Puke emoji.
Nah, we'll have maybe, there'll be soccer, a little bit of baseball, whatever stuff going on in the chats. But we do have, I'm sure, MPB. They're playing this week, right?
MPB will be there, but yeah, it's not exactly the same. It's just a little bit of here, a little bit of there. It's like a little bonus bettings. It is fun, but it's not the same. It's just be kickback time, guys. Kickback time. Recharge your batteries. Get ready. We're gonna come back and smash them even harder in the second half of the season. I can't wait. We'll be ready. We're gonna analyze all of our plays that we had, check what we want to do, pivot the direction we need to go. I can't wait. We're getting that 100 units this season. And that is a fact, E. John says Wheeler 5 assists. Had 4 and 5 against them with Plum playing. I guess the number gets better with her out. John likes pain. I swear he just did this, and she got him. I swear he was cussing up a storm at the end of the last Sparks game. Or was that me?
Yeah.
Wasn't he?
No.
He's like, Wheeler, pass the ball. Wheeler.
Yeah, she did not play that well against them first few times, but that was also with Blum playing, as he mentioned. I mean, the potentials have really taken a step forward the last 3 games now. 11 looks fairly normal. Typically, she's around the 11, 13 marker, but last 2 games now, 14 in Chicago. That was kind of impressive. And then 18, last one against Dallas. Not too surprising. Pretty favorable matchup. This is a decent matchup. The only problem with her is she dumps it into the paint for most of the scoring, so not the best spot there. We're going to be looking for these wing players to take flight, if you will.
Take flight.
So looking at you, Atkins, Burrell, and also Cameron Brink, who's somebody I want to talk about briefly before we hop off to. They're going to have to just hit their mid-range and 3-point shots a little bit more so. So I don't love it necessarily, but I do like the potential. 5.5 for her should be kind of the standard. I would not play it at 6.5. Can you even get 4.5?
That's all he wants. 5+.
Oh yeah, 5+. Yeah, sign me up for that. And this would be another easy thing you could slap together with, the Copper under, AT over, Emily, blah blah blah, any of that stuff.
Big 2 says insert the Wii GIF. You know what? He reminded me. That's funny. I wish I could, but maybe there's a way I could slap some GIFs on the screen in different times. I can't wait. I'm going to look that up during the break. We'll have some new funny stuff to do. MVP Reese says, good shit yesterday. Thoughts on Sabrina over PRA against a weak Chicago defense? She shot terrible and still cashed because of the OT yesterday.
Yeah, she put up some crazy volume.
She
that girl said never say die.
Yeah.
Yeah. So a couple interesting points. I do like the free throw potential for her. Plenty of that. The rebounds we saw in that first game looked fairly well. She still wasn't fully uncapped, but now back to playing her normal role. The rebounds have been rolling in a little bit. We were looking at the assist downside, so do keep that in the back of your head. Maybe not necessarily the best upside there, but I think the PR even, I'm not mad at that. 20.5 is totally doable. 16.5 points as well. Not bad. We haven't really got to see her at home much this year being fully healthy. So I'm kind of excited to see what this is going to look like.
Doki Yoki. Lax just says Cloud points plus assists. Cloud has been an interesting player lately without Diggins.
She's been a player lately.
Has she been
basketball player?
Is she consistent enough now? Does she take the ball and say I'm going to score, or is that only when they need her to? Still like the old days. She kind of reminds me of Burton a little bit.
Yeah, her volume will pick up if they're playing from behind. Like this last game where they lost, she had 7 field goal attempts, but game before that, 10, 5, 8. So it does vary from game to game. I mean, I'd be worried about mostly if Sydney Taylor is staying out of foul trouble, her overall volume is going to taper off. And then Azrae Stevens, same thing for her. But they've been playing really good fundamental basketball, so there is an argument for the efficiency to still be there. Hell, look at Vandersloot. She's like 100 years old and still out here putting up reasonable numbers in short time.
She is 100.
Bro, she's been a bucket. Look at this. She's been consistent for the team.
It's weird. But yeah, so what do you think? Cloud PA, what would you play if you wanted to play a Cloud over today or tomorrow? Sorry, what would it be?
Well, the assists are definitely interesting. It is tougher time scoring for Cardoso and Stevens, mostly Cardoso, but I like it for the get back narrative. She played like shit the first time that they squared up, so I don't know necessarily what happened there, but still potential. We've seen Cloud do enough.
Is Cardoso in a high enough? Does she have high enough lines to be able to want to go under 20.5 PR? Dang, it's a little on the lower side. We'll look at that later.
Not unless we get some kind of talk about the minutes limit that she was on like last game. that would have been an ideal situation where you would think that Cloud would have done more. Like, I know it was Atlanta, but still, she didn't really shoot the ball that much.
Yeah, she's a tough click, as people say at times, for her overs, even her unders, because she does sometimes kick into high gear, hit threes and stuff. We listening to your TV again?
No.
Oh,
nothing.
Oh,
Nothing.
Okay. Too Legit says Five Head. He loves Five Head. 3 times says, what up, everyone? Happy Tuesday. Good luck. 3 time. Always coming with the positivity. Appreciate you, bro. Every time I see it, the skies get bluer. Kevin Stark says, sup, fam? NECA under 17.5 points. Or is that Not sure.
It's a
Sometimes it's a sometimes it's a
Yeah, I was looking at this one too, man. I'm not gonna lie.
He
There's
loves
a
NECA.
real good chance her and or Hamby stay under. My only thing that I am just not 100% sure about is mostly if Mac is starting or not. That could throw the defensive assignments off a little bit here. But if AT's out there by herself, I would suspect that real good chance she probably just picks up NECA by herself.
Man,
I do like it. She's played rough against them.
I wanted that Hamby under, and they're not giving us high enough lines.
Yeah.
You know how Hamby is. She has not disappointed, bro. Over in the easy matchups, under in the tough matchups. We have a tough matchup, but dang, her lines, 14.5. Little low.
We do. Yeah. I don't know if I necessarily want to sweat that one out. But the Agumake one does make a lot of sense. I think with her really just fingers crossed she doesn't light us up from 3. That's, those are the looks are going to be there. Phoenix is giving up those threes. It's going to be there.
I've never taken Agumake unders. How do they feel?
I mean, her lines are fairly overpriced. You can see 47% this season. She's typically either right over or right under the 50% or whatever for any of her lines.
I do see she doesn't do well, and we're gonna have to dig into NECA later. Pause. I'm down. All right, cool. Thank you for bringing that one up, Kevin. I see you in the Discord as well. Let's talk about that one later, bro. Let's figure that one out. That could be interesting. John says Liberty or Sky spread, boss. He's calling you the boss.
The boss. Ooh.
The big boss.
Was Liberty
or
what?
Liberty or Sky spread? Do you like? Basically,
probably New York.
Which side?
Yeah.
New York. Okay.
Yeah. They should be solid at the house.
Tori's here. Hey, Tori, we haven't seen you in a while. Where you been, bro? I don't even know where those unders have been, bro. You used to bring up unders every day. What happened? Now he's with the over. He says Brink. He's given up the under life. Sad. Brink over 12.5 PR. He says. You're going to talk about Brink. Let's hear it. Let's hear it. Let's hear your spiel.
I did. All right. So I love the scoring for her. Mostly, this is just really straight up what I'm looking at. The rebounding is fine. We've had a handful of games where she has come through, but do also keep in mind, that is subject to a couple of different matchups like Dallas and Chicago. Those are great rebounding spots. Golden State, Minnesota, not surprised to see her get that in the Phoenix game, but she also played 22 minutes, and I think she was out there for the overtime as well. And then Seattle also favorable matchup. So there is a little bit of what could be misinformation. Looks like the bookies are right there with me, though. She's plus money for over 4.5. You're not getting the PR without the points. Like, that just has not happened yet this season. So I do like it. I think maybe just a shortcut on the 7.5 points makes the most sense. This is going to be 8.5 tomorrow, though. I guarantee you that right now this is not going to be at 7.5 anywhere else tomorrow. So do get it if you're going to play it tonight. It's at 8 flat on Prizepicks as well. I really wanted to official this one, man, but I hate playing bench players on official plays. That's like maybe just a rule that we have to stick by. But if there's one that I would consider, Brink is definitely going to be that one.
Okay, cool. So good call, Tori. That's an interesting one. Like you said, I'm not going to really necessarily play it, but makes sense. Jason Graham says Ledger Walker, PA or PRA? Under 15.5 on DK, question mark. Ledger Walker.
Her scoring downside is kind of interesting.
Yeah, I was looking at that one before we got on too. I just haven't had time to dive all the way in like I wanted to. That's why I'm happy we're doing a late stream tonight. We can really get into these ones. But what do you think on the surface here?
Yeah, her minutes are way up. Now she is being solidified as a starter. Sanaya Rivers, was that an upgrade or a downgrade for her? Oh, also Griner popped up with a midday Q tag. There's a real good chance she could be out. Anissa Morrow is back, so that is one thing that's going to be a positive, losing out a little bit of minutes there. I would like to see Sanaya Rivers play. She could be out though, so just know that they are going to be without her, without Rivers, without Edwards, and possibly without Griner tomorrow. Could pick up a little bit more in the shooting column, but we've seen Lacan really take flight lately. Like, she's shooting the ball a ton. I like having Morrow back. She's one of the secondary options on the bench unit, or the secondary options with the bench unit or for the bench unit. Nelson Adoda's been shooting the ball a lot more lately too. I don't mind it. Her assists kind of scare me. I know the potentials did go down last game, but she is converting at a really high rate right now. Don't know what to think about that, but I do like the scoring downside. I have no idea why she was at 9.5 on some sites. 8.5 even still feels kind of high.
Wow. I thought it was 7.5.
Yeah, well, it will be.
Man, that's another interesting one. Yeah, if you can get 9.5, holy moly. But I feel you with all those injuries, it does feel a little scarier. Dare I say, if Griner doesn't play, we have an Indiana blowout.
That is absolutely possible. With between Clark and Mitchell, both of them already lit this team up in the past, so that could be very much so a thing. We don't really have to rely on Boston to pick up for scoring or put the game away for us. Just be a little bit careful with with Griner being out. Even though she hasn't been the best, the last couple games were kind of scary. She had 10 field goal attempts and 11 field goal attempts. This was with Morrow being out too, so maybe that kind of changes things up a little bit more. Let's see. Okay, yeah, so it is still a little scary, but I'm not too mad at this one still, honestly. 8.5 points is kind of up there.
It is. And that's another one I want to look at after. I'm excited about that one. She does nothing. But yeah, if Griner's out, they're going to have to find a way to go somewhere else. Got to take her off the court or game she didn't play and see what happens. But we got to dive into that one. That one's interesting. He also says, I've played against McBride in Winter League. She's from my hometown. Oh, that's cool.
Oh, what? That's awesome.
Big McBride. How was she? Was she cool? She seems like a cool person. Van Negro Jones says, all three of us are blazing. Of course, I meant putting the parlay in tonight during the late show for tomorrow's games. LOL, just cashing. Kush cashing. Kush cashing. Say that 5 times fast, Van Negro Jones. Try it. Kush cashing. Kush cash. I can't even do it 3 times.
Kush cash.
Kush cashing. Yamizzle says, Arike is at 2.5 boards.
Arike... Yeah, she's pretty low. I mean, her RA takes a massive step forward with Paige being out. That was something, we had talked about, her and Fudd alike, both of those great spot to snap off. We do need to find out with Paige is if she's going to be playing or not. And I think also Lana, we don't have news for her.
Something funny I was looking at, and I really wanted to be able to do this, but then I knew I was pushing it. If Paige does play, I was like, man, maybe we should go under Arike 17.5 points. But then I knew your heart wouldn't be able to take the pain, so I stepped back.
You could talk me onto it. I mean,
yeah?
It's not necessarily a great spot. Well, the only thing would be because we know how Portland plays. I mean, they're going to bum rush whoever the guard is.
Mm-hmm.
I would strongly consider taking Paige's under if she plays.
I was looking at that too, but then I was like, are we really going to do an under Paige? People will just throw some tomatoes at us if she goes over and they take her under. How
Came
the
back from
heck
the
did these
injury.
guys take Paige under? Idiots. But it is kind of
Well,
cool.
let's keep an eye out for that. I get the feeling that Paige is going to sit for this other game too. I mean, Dallas in truth really shouldn't need her. They have plenty of other bodies that can step in. But we'll see. We'll see. I do like the call though. I mean, honestly, wouldn't shock me to see Paige take a step back here. It's not exactly like she needs to be, going 110% for this last game right before the break either.
Right. But we'll do our homework. We'll make sure we'll say in, we like this, out, we like this, or pass on all of it. But we'll definitely dig in this afternoon. We have 5 hours till the live stream to be ready. I can't wait. Jay Good Magamoron says, Citron under 1.5 3. Should I put the house on it? And he said, by the way, I cashed last night because of y'all. I love it. He says, wait a minute, is Citron 1.5 3s? Look at him, he's wants it.
No, my dyslexia kicked in hard. I thought he said I should have put 1.5 or put the house on the 1.5 line, but I see what he said there.
I didn't even know it was a line. Oh, yeah, it's Vegas. That's why I looked away from it as well. Okay.
Yeah, I'm a little bit more nervous about this one because Vegas definitely is going to give her some 3-point looks. She crushed them last season. I mean, she absolutely crushed them.
I will say one thing, E, though. The last 2 games she shot, it was Golden State. Golden State only allowed her to shoot 1 3. Not 1 for 3 from 3 or 0 for 3. She was 0 for 1 and 1 for 1. That's crazy. Vegas is so dope. I'm sorry, not Vegas. Golden State is so dope.
Yeah. No, they did exactly what we needed. Vegas, on the other hand, they've been back and forth with this all season. I might have to fade this one, to be honest.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm
top
with
3.
Yeah, don't put your house on that,
4.
bro. Yeah, it's not the same matchup, for sure. That's what I learned. I learned that over the years, guys. You don't look at the offense, you look at the defense. That's how you find the props more often than not.
Yeah, because they trend the opposite direction. So, like, points inside the paint allowed, Vegas is 5th best at, but they're funneling all that action to the outside. So, no points in the paint, but giving up the 4th most 3-point attempts. Now, its efficiency, its volume, all that stuff alike is still there or not there as it is for her to stay under. So I get it. Don't let me talk you off of it. Again, we're just input here, but just know it is a really good matchup for her to take her 3-pointers. It's also a really bad free throw matchup. Vegas does not give up free throws either. So she's going to have to operate in some kind of space.
I love it. Cool. I just love looking at props is what I meant. It's so fun to find the little diamonds in the rough. Lyric GG says, yo, what's up, bro? Make My Day says, not much I like right now, but tonight's stream is going to hit hard. I can feel it, fellas. All green for sure. Let's get it, Make My Day. Let's get it, bro. 3 times says hamburger. Then he says Hamby. I guess hamburger works. Pete Davidson eating a hamburger. Okay. Hamby under 7.5 rebounds. He likes her under. Now, we like her under kind of. It's just all the lines are kind of low. Do you like her rebounds? Kind of wanted her PRA, but 24.5 is pushing it.
Yeah, it's, not exactly the best rebounding spot. I have no idea how to feel. These 2 games are wildly different. 15 and 6 rebounds. The fact that Brink is back with the team is something that is pretty big. She takes a bit of a hit rating there with her on and off the court. You can see minutes and everything too. She'll siphon away a little bit of the usage there. I don't mind it. I don't expect her to pick up a whole lot of action on the other side. Unless she is guarding Alyssa Thomas, then she could see a little bit there. But yeah, it's a higher line. Agumake has really been the dominant rebounder so far this season. And, the last month now, even with or without Brink, it hasn't really made much of a difference. Somehow, actually, she plays even better on the glass with Brink in. With Brink out, she was doing worse.
Okay. Make My Day says Gosman at 5Ks is crazy good value. I don't know what that's about. Maybe taco? Mike Burke says Mitchell taco thoughts. I just looked at it. I know we're always on our laptops, so we don't have we don't show the tacos, but I see it's 20 PRA, I think. 20.5 PRA is the taco for Mitchell. What do you think about that?
Yeah. What was the Gooseman line real fast?
Oh, 5Ks, you said. Yeah.
Mr. Gaussman.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I know Tampa Bay traditionally does not strike out a lot, so not a huge fan of that. But yeah, he did all right. Got there one time against them this season. Other time, looks like he got pretty low.
Get this gross MLB off our screen, E.
Hey, in my time that I dabbled in between season, I remember Tampa Bay was not exactly the one to pick on. All right, let's go back over and talk about Miss Mitchell. What's the line for her?
It's a taco and it's 20.5, and I already know you're going to like it. They're just asking if it's good value. Or your thoughts, I'm sorry. But yeah, I know you like that.
Wait, the taco is 20.5?
Yes, 20.5 PRA.
Oh, PRA. I thought you said points. I'm like, what is that? No.
Earth paging E. Earth paging E.
Oh yeah. No, that should be a shoe-in.
I thought you'd say such. Huh?
We don't say locks that often around here, but that would be a surprising miss.
The only way it misses if the taco curse is true and real. That could happen. Misdirection says Boston 8 rebounds at plus 102. I like the giving us the price on that. So he says, do you like the value? 8 rebounds, 102. Plus 102.
I mean, it's not bad. The matchup and everything is okay, but for the line that we're getting, it's really, really good. I'm not sure with Grindr being in or out how that's necessarily going to affect her. I would imagine that if she ends up sitting and they, spot start Anissa Morrow on the other side, that could actually work out even better. Just stay out of foul trouble, no dumb stuff, and she should be all right. She plays a lot better at the house too.
She's such a foul machine.
What is her 6.5, bro? Because I might have to rip it with that. That is too much.
Misdirection brought something to his attention. See what I did there?
Well, it was kind of appealing, and then we got the news on top of that, and I'm like, man, I didn't think the payout was going to be this good. If you can find it for something about reasonable, because
Caesars,
dog, that's a lot of hit rating there.
6.5. Matchup's not the best, but you're saying with Griner out, you'd like it more. You don't really know yet.
Yeah, with her being out, I think it's going to soften that matchup. Soften the matchup even more, but also it's going to remove that potential foul threat.
The only miss was against Golden State and Washington, two tougher matchups. So I feel ya. The alt might be the way to go. If you want to do a plus 102, everyone likes betting differently. If you want to roll with that, that could work, right? But the 6.5 at like minus 170, that feels just like almost like you said. You don't want to say free or automatic, but it's pretty good for that.
It's like the sweet spot. That's the sweet spot for her.
Pretty good for that value. Pretty good for that payout you're getting back for sure. Okay, good. I'm glad you brought that up. Appreciate you, Misdirection. And JT Paul says, I'm going to be there tonight. Facts 100. Let's go, JT Paul. We'll see you there. Rui says, the boss. Geneva says, I don't trust those tacos. I always pass. Smart woman. King says, is Kelsey Mitchell solid at 20.5 PRA? It's a discount. Yes, King Cabano, we like that. Unless the taco curse gets us, but it should be good. Gosman's still at 5Ks on Prizepicks, 5.5 everywhere else. Get it while you can, fellas. Make my day says. Get the Gosman at 5. He says 5 flat on Prizepicks. The Key says Chelsea Gray over 11.5 points and AT over points as well.
AT, yeah, that one I do like. Plenty of free throw, scoring inside the paint, all that good stuff. Let's see. Sparks, 5th most points inside the paint. Free throws, where y'all at? Okay, they got a little bit better about that, but still above top 6. Not too bad. What was the other one? It was her and
Chelsea
Gray.
Piano Woman back Gray.
11.5. This one you could probably hang tight for a minute. There is a pretty good chance that she could actually go down to 10.5. It looks like most of the sites are favoring the under to some regard. Let's see. It's crazy these teams haven't played yet this season. Yeah, I mean, she's not bad. All her shooting stuff is pretty solid. Transition, free throws also. Love to see her get to the line a little bit more. She is not bad. Probably looking at Jackie to do some serious damage in this matchup. There is going to be more resistance for Asia. So anytime that happens, the 2 guards are going to have to pick up quite a bit. Yeah, just hold tight on that one. She's probably even at 11 flat on Prizepicks, if I had to guess. Chelsea. Oh, Chelsea. No, they're scumming it for a second. Yeah, just hold up on this one. I mean, she's not going to bump up. So in worst case or best case scenario, you can get her at a cheaper price.
Bodega333 says, hello, I have a good feeling with Olivia tomorrow. Would you ladder her points 20 to 30? I just realized her points are all the way up to 19.5 now. They're finally putting her higher. So he says, would you ladder her points all the way up to 30? Are you feeling it like he is?
I mean, I don't know about that high, just to be honest. But yeah, her points finally getting up there, 17.5 this last game. I mean, her lines are unbelievably high now. The PRA and RA and all that stuff is getting on up there. The RA is really taxed, so I get the point process. I think that one does make the most sense. The rebounds, though, I don't know if I could ignore these just yet for the matchup. We saw her put up really good numbers. The PR, honestly, I'm still totally fine with. 23.5 is not bad. The PRA did go up by 3. The PA went up by 1, 2. I mean, that one's still probably just as live. I like her. I hate these turnaround rematch games. I'm telling y'all, they're always night and day weirdness. Always, always, always.
And I hate how her lines are all up.
Yeah, that too. But it is Miles, so you know, take that for what you will. Play an adequate amount of if you like her, or just fade her and wait till we get her cheaper.
She had 24 field goal attempts last game. Wow. Hey, E Money says, do you like Mercury tomorrow?
I think they're the better team, but it's a coin flip on these offenses, honestly. It's 2 really bad defenses, and both of these teams have not been able to pull out of a hole if they get far behind.
Too Legit says, Mabry's winning the 3-point contest. Book it. Okay. There you go. Book it. 3 times says, what time is the stream tonight?
What, 12 Eastern?
12 Eastern, 9 p.m. Pacific time. That is in 5 hours and 21 minutes, sir. Make My Day says, come on, underrated MLB. We got to get it where we can. Make My Day. I'm glad you like it, you know? But me, I don't know, man. It's a little slow. And a little bit like there's just too many people in on it. I know some people can make some money on it, so I'll tail, you know? But I just can't get into it and spend a lot of time on it. I will tail some plays and cheer for you. King Cabano says, do you guys like Chase Burns under 7 strikeouts? He's projected for only 5. We don't do MLB that closely, so I think it would be a disservice for us to even say anything. Make My Day. Why don't you jump in since you like MLB? You tell him. What do you think?
He was the other taco, right?
I'm not sure. Sounds like he could have been.
I'll let me look real fast.
Looks like a taco type of play. Guess what? We got to the end, though. We got to the end. We made it. Only an hour and 40 minutes. We tried for an hour, but an hour 40. Hey, what you gonna do?
Yeah. Chase, I would not mind hedging that. You already know Prizepicks bumped him up to 7 for no reason, just to play the taco. So he should be at 6.5 everywhere.
Yeah, so hey, go under the 7. Go under the damn 7.
Yes, sir. That's what we do. Hedge it back. All right, y'all. We're going to get on out of here. I know our cupeth runneth over a little bit, but we just love hanging out with y'all, talking some basketball. So on the way out, if you haven't already, hit that like button, leave a comment on the video per usual. We'll catch you guys in the Discord. Come check it out if you're new, and we will be back here later for the stream. So
yes,
we'll see you later. All right, y'all.
And
y'all
wait,
have a good one.
I'm sorry, E. Misdirection says, what's one pick you could pair with Boston's 7 rebounds? And I just wanted to throw out there, everything on the bottom left of our screen there, the 2 alts you see, Emily Enksler at 4.5 and AT at 7.5 assists. Enksler at 4.5 rebounds. You could do either of those. That would be a good little parlay. All right.
Yeah.
Just wanted to throw that out there.
Yes, sir.
All righty.
We appreciate it. All right, y'all. We'll see y'all back here in a little bit. Have a good one. Peace.
Just cash.
Fuck you, Prizepicks! I hate you, hate you. Fuck you, Prizepicks! I hate you, hate you. Fuck you, Prizepicks! I hate you, hate you. Fuck you, Prizepicks!
But I've had enough.
Fuck you, Prizepicks!